everybody, Beansy here. So I left this for about 5 days actually, rather than the 2 or 3 days that I was going to let it settle. No one's on the top. Good. Just because I kind of wanted to see what would happen with the stuff underneath. But we're going to give it a stir and kind of take a peek and maybe, can you guys see in here? See what's happened with our stuff underneath. Oh, look for any babies or whatever. Okay, I think we need to bury that again. Let's put that up there. All right, so let's see what we got here. Okay, this was the bedding they were in. Oh, doesn't look like there's a whole lot of them up here, which is good. That means they've boogied on down into the newest bedding. So let's pull this aside and try to take a peek at what we're looking at down there. Give it a flip. Oh yeah, they're all up. Ooh, that smells so good. I love the smell of hay. They're in there eating hay. All right, it feels fairly dry down there. So I think we need to give it a bit of a spritz, but not too terribly much because it's moist enough. I just want to be able to leave this for a little while and not tend to it so terribly much. And I had avoided actually feeding them because I didn't want there to be any food remnants when I came in and did this to take a peek. So, okay, they're doing good. Everybody looks happy. They could use a bit more moisture, not a lot though. And we're going to give them some food. Let's get down at the bottom. I'm not feeling any pockets of worms. Oops. So that means they're probably pretty evenly spread throughout the bin, which is to be expected because there's hay all throughout the bin. So cool. All right. So they look good. We're going to chuck some food in here for them and bury their charcoal back in with them. And I think maybe we'll come back in, oh, I don't know, maybe another week, come check on them. So I tried not to stir up their food because I wanted to make sure I got lots of good fuzz on it for them. So we're going to make a trough here like we did last time. If you can see, we've got lots of really yummy fuzz in there for them. I've been burping it, but not stirring it. So we're going to put some of that down in there for them. I'm not going to put any dry bedding underneath because everything is already dry enough. So this moisture will help get some of the stuff around here wet. This will also draw them up out of the bin and towards the food source. So let's do that. Yucky. Give that a cover up. And then we will give it, oh no, my jug's over there, a water. But I do have, whoops, I knocked my fly trap over. Let's give this a good misting. I don't want it going down too far. I just want to add moisture to maybe the top couple of inches is about it. And it will drain. Coco coir is pretty absorbent. Not as absorbent as peat moss, but it is absorbent. There we go. A nice mist. And though I'm going to end up rinsing this glove off, and you can't really see what I do after, I did want to tell you, or I should say show you and share with you a nice trick for any of those of you who actually do also use gloves. And it, you know, if you want to reuse them, but it's kind of a pain in the butt sometimes to turn them inside out. I'm going to show you a little trick here. If you pull it off, I use bigger gloves, so I can usually pull it off by the fingers. But if you end up taking your glove off like this, where it's inside out, and you want to reuse it, all you have to do is grab it, push the hand back in like that. Now you got the wrist part right there. Hold it tight, and then spin it around a few. Whoops, I dropped it. That's not a good example. but you spin it around a few times and you fill up the hand with air, and then you can squeeze the fingers out, just like that. And now you've got a glove you can reuse. All right, so they're fed, watered, and stirred. That's our update. We'll see you guys in I don't know, maybe about a week or so. We'll come back in and check on these guys. Hey everybody. I also wanted to share with you guys a new project I started today. Ha ha ha. It's not so much vermicomposting because they're not going to be doing composting, but I went to the PetSmart today and got myself, do you see them wiggling down there? Let's see if we can pull some up. Oh, look at that. Got some mealworms. Got some mealworms. Gonna start a mealworm colony. How cool is that? Look at them go. They're so gross. I love them. I wonder, can I zoom in? I wonder. Let's pull that over a little bit. Here, let's pick them back up. Look at those little suckers. Aren't they cute? So yeah, they won't be doing any vermicomposting. However, I want to raise them, and I think so I can feed my carnivorous plants actually. So rather than going and hunting for them, I thought these would work. I fed the Venus flytrap 3 of these today, and it seemed to like them very much. So I thought, what better way to hunt for them than to actually grow them their own colony. So these little guys are going to turn into little black beetles. I don't have the beetle cage set up yet, but as I've looked through, I've not seen any pupae. So I shouldn't be having beetles for a couple weeks. Get off me, bro. Yeah, no beetles for a couple weeks, but after that, in the next couple weeks, I will be making, actually, probably letting them hatch into this container that I've got them in right now. And let them turn into beetles in here. And then get a bigger bin to attach this one onto so that the eggs and the larvae can fall through and then turn into more mealworms to feed the plants. Now, I'm not going to be needing that many to feed my plants. The plants aren't going to eat that much. However, there's plenty of things I can do with these mealworms that I grow. So how fun is that? And they disappear so fast. They're really active, and they did not like being fed to Venus flytraps. I can tell you that. They did not like it at all. I actually had to push a couple back in the traps because they were getting out. He's fighting. He's fighting. Yeah. Some mealworms, guys.